Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In case if you are not aware, CSIR NET exam is scheduled on 17th or 18th of July, and for chemical sciences we are expecting it on 17th of July. So technically we have like 30 plus days, but let's talk about the important thing that you can do in these final days. These final days are very crucial and they are the ones which decide your score, your rank, whether you will be JRF or you will land up in only PhD. So you have to utilize these days very carefully with proper strategy and with proper approach. Now, in these days a lot of things happen with most of the students. Like every year I get messages and emails from students that they are feeling anxious, they are having anxiety, they think like they're forgetting things. Whatever they have studied, it seems like it is new. Okay, these things will happen. You will also feel this, but this is very common. Okay, it happens every year with every student. So consider it something which is happening with you and with your competitor and everyone around you. So what makes the difference then? The difference is on what strategy you are applying, how you are training yourself, your mind, your body to appear in the exam. Okay, and that's where I am bringing those 5 important things in a priority wise manner, which are very important in these 30 days, which you can do, and it is going to show a good difference in your score in the final exam. So starting with the first thing, that is revision of already studied topics. Now see, our brain has a very normal ability or a general ability of forgetting things, especially in the age window at which you are giving this exam. You must be like of age 22-23 to age 26-27, right? In this age your retention power decreases, you start forgetting things much frequently. So at this particular age, when you are preparing for exam, it becomes very important to train your mind to memorize and remember things for longer time, and that's where a proper revision strategy comes in, which we call as periodic revision, right? I have made detailed videos about it, but just in short, if you want to understand what this periodic revision is, you have to train your mind to memorize or to remember things which are important for exam again and again. So for example, important formula, important name reactions, important concepts which you might have made as a notes till now. So what you have to do, you have to remember your memorize yourself or train your mind that you have to remember it after a regular interval of time. And as we are calling it as a cyclic revision, so you have to generate certain cycle for it. So for example, you have studied or you have revised a thing which are important. Let's say you revised all the important formulas today. You have to revise this after 3 days. You will see that you have started forgetting few things. Okay, then try this after a week, and then try this after 10 days. So in that way you will start seeing that you are memorizing more and more stuffs now. So that is how cyclic revision or periodic revision works, and it helps to memorize or to retain a lot of things, especially for these competitive exams, right? So keep this as your first priority. You have to revise the topics which you have studied. You don't have to forget them, right? The second important thing is previous year's question. If you have not yet solved previous year's questions, it is very important to solve previous year question. If you don't know from where to get how to solve, so we are providing an ebook for previous year's questions. You can buy that. It contains all these previous year's questions starting from CSIR June 2011 till CSIR December 2025, all these exams in the form of topic wise. So for example, you have studied coordination chemistry, you want to solve questions of that. Previous year's question from our ebook, which has solution also, will help you to understand or to self-analyze whether you have prepared or not. Now why PYQs are important? Because if you don't do PYQ, you will be unaware about how questions are asked in exam. You understand about organelle diagram, let's say, but when in the exam, how they are asking about organelle diagram, they are not going to ask you what is organelle diagram or draw organelle diagram or make organelle diagram for D2 system. They are not going to ask it like this. Okay, they are going to make it in the form of question, and that's where doing PYQs help you to understand that okay, these are the ways in which previously it has asked, and probably it can be repeated. And it is like many times it happens that questions are repeated in CSIR NET, not exactly, but concept wise they are repeated, right? So doing previous year's question should be your utmost priority after revision. Okay, revision will give you the core idea or the core concept that you remember the things, and then PYQs will help you to understand what type of questions are there. You will be preparing yourself for exam. PYQs also tell you that which topics are important or not. If you guys want, I will definitely try to make a short video where I'll try to explain you, or I'll make a list of which topics are important, okay, which will be my following video. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe the channel if you haven't done already. Next important thing is mock test or test series. Now it is very important to give test series, at least 4 to 5 test series before CSIR NET exam if you are seriously preparing for it. What are the reasons for that? Okay, number one, mock test is going to help you to give you an exam like interface, especially like those mock tests which have exam like interface. Technically you can take a previous year paper and do it like a mock test, but in exam you are going to get paper on the computer based system. You should be aware about where is scientific calculator, how to do a question, how to mark for review, how to save the answer. These things also are very important when you are giving exam. Okay, you should not be you should not get anxious when you are sitting in the final exam. So a proper mock test which has exam like interface, which gives you questions which are challenging, can be very useful if you are preparing for exam, and we provide one of those mock tests. In case if you want, you can enroll into it. Link is in there in the description of this video. This particular mock test comes at very minimal cost of rupees 499. You can purchase it, give 4 full length mock test, which is going to give you a lot of confidence before you sit for the exam. So a mock test is not only going to tell you about the interface, but it is also going to tell you that what are your weak zones. When you're preparing, when you're giving mock test, you will get to know that okay, there is certain thing which I was not able to do in the mock test, probably I have to revise it again. Okay, so it is going to clear up your doubts, it is going to clear up your gap of your preparation. Then mock test is also going to help you to make your strategies. Now if you are making certain strategy for appearing in the exam, let's say you are thinking that okay, I want to do part C first and then I will go to part B and then I will go to aptitude. So if you're thinking something like that, or you might think that no, I will start from part A, I will start aptitude questions, then I will go to part B, then I will go to part C. So how you will use that in exam, or whether you are going to take the exam as the final bet? No, that should not happen. You can do all these things in the mock test. You can try your different strategies and see which strategy works well, in which strategy you can utilize those 3 hours, in which strategy you are able to do all the questions which are required for exam. So all these things can be done in a good mock test, and we provide that full length mock test exactly like how you get in the exam. We also give you the options which you get in the exam. For example, in part C we give you 60 questions, out of that 25 you have to do. In part B 40, out of which 35 you have to do, and in part A 20 questions, out of which 15 you have to do. So everything is exactly like you see in the exam. So definitely you can enroll into it. Link will be there in the description of this video. Talking about the fourth thing which I just mentioned is part A or aptitude part. Now generally we overlook this. We think that just studying chemistry will be enough, or just studying whatever subject you are preparing, life sciences or whatever. So you might think that preparing just those questions will be enough, but your aptitude part is 30 marks of your scorecard, which you cannot get by doing chemistry question. You have to do those 30 marks. Okay, if you don't do any aptitude question in exam, you will be only maximum what you can get is 170 marks, not more than that. That is what you can attempt. Okay, you cannot attempt more than that. Entire paper is of 200 marks, 30 marks you will get from part A. So you should be prepared with aptitude. For that again we provide a detailed course on that. Again you can enroll into our aptitude course. Link is there in the description of this video. It is again provided at a very minimal cost of rupees 999. What you get in that course is previous year's aptitude questions, plus you get concepts with formulas important for the exam, like the types of questions which are asked. For example, speed and time related questions, series based questions. Then you have questions based on ratios and proportion, probability related questions. So these questions are explained in the form of concept and then taken examples as well. So that is again a very detailed course. You can buy it and you can finish it in, let's say, 3 or 4 days, and you will be prepared for aptitude in that case, right? 30 minutes in the exam giving for part A is not going to take much of you, but it can give you a lot. Even if you are able to get, let's say, 10 to 15 marks marks from part A, that is a win-win situation, right? So that will be some additional marks in your scorecard. So consider this, and it is very important, and that's why I have kept it on 4th priority. 5th priority thing, or you can consider it as the least priority, is studying new concepts or something which you have not yet studied. But right now you can do that for next, let's say, 10 days. You can actually do some new topics which have high weightage. Let's say there is a topic of high weightage which you have left. Let's say you have prepared physical chemistry but you missed thermodynamics, or you have not prepared electrochemistry. These topics are of high weightage, so you can do that in the next 10 days, right? But keep these as your lowest priority. You have to first cover up the things which you have already prepared. You have to brush that up in a better way so that those things are your strong zone. You should not lose marks from there in the exam. New questions or new concept can be your least priority in the next 30 days, okay? But still the next 10 days are there where you can include some new topics. For example, let's say from inorganic chemistry, you not even have touched bioinorganic yet. You might have seen that recently bioinorganic has more weightage now, like they have more questions from bioinorganic chemistry. So you can prepare that in the next 10 days, right? So in the following video, in the follow-up video, I'll try to make first of all a detailed analysis of the last CSIR NET exam, where I'll tell you that from which topic how many questions are asked, and which from which topics how many marks are asked in CSIR NET exam. And following that, we will be having a video where I'll talk about those important topics from each organic, inorganic and physical chemistry which have really high weightage. So stay tuned for those videos. These were the 5 important things which you have to do in next 30 days. I hope that you are going to utilize these 30 days in the best possible way, and all the best for your preparation. And if you have any other question, you can drop that down in the comment section below. I'll try to answer you over there itself. I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye, take care.